Hey, this is Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com. I think we've got a new system on Facebook for these Facebook Lives. Is that right, Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit different tonight. Welcome. And welcome to my Facebook Live. This is going to be some referring to my notes if you wonder why I look down. This is going to be on fibromyalgia, updates on fibromyalgia, and potential future lung infections. Facebook Live.
Why the potential future lung infections?
That was Brecken, by the way. We're going to call it the Voldemort virus because it is the virus that shall not be named or posted or written, or Facebook will take me down. Take down this Facebook Live, take down everything. So we'll just call it the Voldemort virus tonight. That was Brecken's idea. She apparently that's Harry Potter?
That is Harry Potter, yes.
She's a Harry Potter fan. So we'll call it the Voldemort virus, or just the virus, or the evil virus, but we cannot name it. Please don't ask me questions and put that name in there, the actual name, or we will get in trouble.
You can ask questions about it. Just be careful saying.
Yeah, don't talk to each other about it, because your Siri and your iPhone's listening. Okay, so plus I'll be conference calling with Lois Schweigert of In Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook fan page. Lois is amazing. She started that fan page, helped start that fan page, and now it's grown massively. So we'll want to talk to her about fibromyalgia. Instead of closed captioning now, we have Heather Nardi, who we dearly love. Thank you, Heather, for all your help and talking to everyone and keeping everything going. First, ongoing sales. I know you guys always ask me about this stuff. There's a buy one, get one free for Copper Balance. So the question everyone always asks Brecken, you don't ask me, oddly enough, but everyone asks Brecken, why should you, if your copper level's too high and you have fibromyalgia, why should you take Copper Balance? There's no copper in Copper Balance. It's a metallothionein support that maybe wasn't completely well named, but you get the idea. It helps you balance your copper inside and outside your cells, and we'll get more into that later. This is probably going to be a little bit longer Facebook Live, so get ready. We'll really try and fly through all this stuff.
Well, what does it do? Who's it for?
Copper Balance is for people with fibromyalgia who have a copper metallothionein dysfunction. And you should take 1 to 12 a day. Usually it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And only if you're really severely ill and when you're first getting your fibro under control do you take more of them. And it just helps your copper metallothionein. Actually, let's be honest about it. It's a copper zinc metallothionein. You exchange copper and zinc appropriately. Your body needs lots of zinc, not so much copper. So if you have too much copper and not enough zinc, your body will put copper in place of it. But something's not functioning right about your copper metallothionein, or you probably wouldn't have fibromyalgia. So we'll get into that more later. Are we still doing the $50 off the foundation kit? No, that's
Nope,
all gone.
that's gone. Sorry, guys.
So what's the other sale we've got going?
The sale that we've got going on right now is if you buy a SpectraCell and Pro 7, either from our office or online at Dan Purser MD, it does include a 30-minute consultation with you. It's a really good deal because then people get to have a complete overview of their health and go straight into a consultation with you and get their protocol started and start.
And I've already got all that mapped out before we talk. I have to go through it. Otherwise, I'd spend 30 minutes going through your Pro 7 genetic testing, your SpectraCell, and then we wouldn't have any time to talk. So I'll go through it with you. I already have a plan mapped out for you by the time we talk. Now, I do have some giveaways tonight.
Ooh.
I'm going to give away some Thieves foaming hand soap. You should wash your hands often when you're exposed to the Voldemort virus, right? Or any virus for that matter.
Or in general, wash your hands.
We're also going to do a fibromyalgia survival kit. It's got, it's got MTHFR Support Plus, Copper Balance, and yes, our VARS Mint Burst Glutathione in there.
It's back in stock for those of you who
Keep asking.
forgot that it was back in stock.
Also, I have a bottle of Progestins Plus for some lucky soul who asked a really good question, not about progesterone, but about something we're talking about tonight. And I've got this little product. It's called Progestavel. It's for people that aren't Young Living distributors who follow me. I know there's a lot of you that do. This is a natural progesterone product for Designs for Health, which is a company that just sells to physicians. So anyway, it's a really good product. So we'll be giving those away as we go through tonight to our listeners. So lots of freebies. A ton of freebies.
Woo, freebies.
Yeah, freebies. Woo.
Freebies.
So the genetic testing is super easy to do. You just swab each cheek inside each cheek 30 seconds. Time it and then switch 30 seconds. Then you put it back in the tube. And then you put the tube in the mailer and then you mail it. It goes down to Austin. And 10 days later, I know your result. So then we go through it.
Here, let me tell them something. You guys start asking your questions now about fibromyalgia or lung infections or anything you guys want, and I'll start pulling them to ask him later. So
we're in our new studio facility here in downtown Provo.
This is Orem.
Downtown Orem. And so we'll be doing the Facebook Lives from here now on. There's also, do we do fibromyalgia news in here too, or what else are we doing?
We'll have a podcast. We'll just do other videos.
Oh yeah, watch for my podcasts. They're everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't watch for them, listen to them. Okay. Updates on fibromyalgia. Why are you so tired? And why the heck do you hurt all the time? Right? Mm-hmm. And it's soul sucking tired too. Not just I need a nap tired. And your pain would cripple an NFL lineman. Am I right? Yeah. My wife describes it as feeling like her skin is being peeled off her forearms. And I couldn't touch her. Well, I fixed that. Now I can touch her, I bug her, I tease her. Yeah, I had to fix it. So I'll fix it for everyone else who wants to feel normal too out there. So what do you think is the root cause of fibromyalgia? Can anyone guess? For a bottle of the Copper Balance, and it's not a morphine deficiency. So
that's what I was gonna guess.
Or a OxyContin deficiency. It's not, even though they try fixing a lot with that, or a Lyrica or Cymbalta deficiency. It's none of those. So what do you think is the real root cause of fibromyalgia? And the first one to guess will win. Is anyone guessing?
It takes a minute. You got to give them a sec to
Okay, start guessing. Can I show you what the answer is?
show me the answer.
I better type it in here.
I think I know what it is. Someone said too much copper.
Close. It's not the root cause, though.
Inflammation, copper toxicity.
Yeah, you're getting really close, but it's not the real root cause. What do I think is the real root cause?
Someone said methylation issue.
You know what? I got to give him that one. Okay, I'll give him that
Who
one.
was that? I can't.
So that's a genetic issue, and it probably does have a lot to do with MTHFR. Certainly, that's the cause of chronic
Tony
fatigue
Lenny.
syndrome.
Okay.
For the bottle of Progestavel, does anyone know what exact genetic condition I keep saying I think is the cause of the actual fibromyalgia? Does anyone know?
Say it again just so we can have it.
So does anyone know, this is for the bottle of Progestavel, which is incredibly good stuff. If you haven't tried it, it's like Progestins Plus. So for anyone who's maybe not a Young Living distributor, or even if you are and you want to try it just for fun, does anyone know what I think is the genetic cause of fibromyalgia? Which gene error is probably the cause of it?
I think the first one I see is MTHFR. No.
I think it's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the one I think. I think it causes the chronic
dysfunction?
fatigue syndrome part, the CFS part, but it doesn't cause the actual fibromyalgia part.
Is it metallothionein dysfunction?
No, that's what the genetic issue causes.
Gotcha.
It begins with the N and ends with a 2.
Oh, I know this one. I have that.
She has that. And you have fibromyalgia, don't
I
you?
do. But I think it's way better than it could be.
Okay, thank you.
You're
probably
welcome.
helped with that somehow.
No.
So, okay, maybe that question was too hard.
That is a hard one. I
Okay.
wouldn't know that.
It's NAT2, NAT2, NAT2. So,
That's the specific gene that you
yeah.
find, right?
Yeah, and you requires molybdenum B6, but boron, stuff like that. Well, that's what I put in the copper balance. And by the way, we're getting a U.S. patent awarded on that copper balance. And it's gonna become an FDA approved medical food, at least a version of it. We'll get to that later. So the modern American diet is just way too high in copper, too. That's a really big problem. The green smoothies, the kale, the avocados, the shellfish, the almond milk, the almonds, the peanuts, the nuts, the
I think Greta actually said it right before you got it, or said it. Because
She
it
said
was
that too?
delayed. Everyone's saying she said it right before you
okay.
said
Then
it.
here, she gets progesterone.
Good job, Greta.
Can you make sure?
I'll
you
make
get
a
it?
note of that. Greta Harrison.
Greta Harrison, you just won a bottle of progesterone. And if you need 10 minutes for me to explain how to use it, set that time up with Brecken.
Just DM me or whatever
DM you? What does that mean?
on Facebook. Direct message.
Oh, how does that work?
It's okay,
There's
Boomer.
so many communication options on Facebook. I literally can't keep up with all of them. I try and get on there and answer questions, and I find another 500 questions left in another weird pod of places from those DMs.
Yeah,
to
you get
PMs.
so many messages. It's insane.
I know, I get
So
thousands.
if you guys ever like, why doesn't he respond to me? It's
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
there's-
trying. I try, but I don't know where you hide them all.
There's
It's like Easter eggs
thousands.
everywhere. I remember when I was a kid, we had Easter eggs out behind our house in Oklahoma, and even months later, we were finding them. So they were horrible by them, but yeah, we didn't eat them. Okay, so the modern American diet is way too high in copper, and so you need to change your diet. So we're going to get to that. But what's the number one thing you can do to beat down, to control your fibromyalgia symptoms? Any idea? What's the number one thing you can do to control your fibromyalgia symptoms?
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Let's see if they have an idea, though. I guess
Number one.
someone was
and it's
talking
free
about
to
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll save money doing it. You'll be able to bank money because yeah. I'll shut up. Okay, I'll help.
I'll help. I think it's the copper diet, right? Or low copper.
Low copper diet. Low or no copper diet. Critical to your success. Because you loaded yourself up with too much copper for years. That's why your fibromyalgia is so bad. And yes, you do need copper, but trust me, you have plenty in your system already. So we're just going to move it around to the right places, and some of it you'll pee off, or it'll leave through your bowel. And that's how glutathione helps it. So glutathione helps you move the copper around.
So where can they find a detailed low copper diet or suggestions, that kind of stuff?
At the End Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook page, go to the private page and answer the question, of which I don't know the answer.
The question.
They won't tell me the question or the answer. And Lois always shuts the door on me. They all laugh at me because I can't get into the private group. But
You don't want you there anyway.
I know, it's kind of weird, but they won't even ask me the question. So I'm going to set up a fake account that says I have fibromyalgia, and then I can try and sneak in that way. So what is the number... what's the number two thing they can do to control their fibro?
That's something you were saying earlier, huh?
Yeah, what's the number two thing you can do to support your fibro? Number 2 thing, come on, you guys kept guessing it a minute ago. Yeah, support your copper, zinc, metallothionein. You got to figure out. I don't think it's possible to figure out what's broken, but something's broken in there. It could be a NAT2 error. It could be a glutathione deficiency. It could be a B6, a zinc deficiency. It could be molybdenum deficiency, though I don't know how you figure that one out. You just got to. That's why we developed the copper balance, because it kind of hits all those buttons in case one of them works. So
Yeah, when you asked that, everyone said, use copper balance, start copper balance, take copper balance.
right.
They know the answers already.
Yeah, I think a lot of our fibro people are following us. So there's no reason for any of you to be suffering from fibromyalgia, at least not, I mean, maybe nominally, maybe minimally, but not horribly. So, so how can they best, oh yeah, you just answered that. So number 3 issue to address with fibromyalgia. So remember, we addressed the diet, the copper, zinc, metallothionein. What is the number 3 issue that you should address? There's 3 parts.
I know this one.
The chronic fatigue syndrome part, the
Yep.
the methylation, the MTHFR support, the MTHFR or methylation problems. Sorry, that's why we get the. My voice gets dry when I talk too much. That's why we get the foundation methylation or the genetic testing, just to see how bad that is.
Or the Pro 7.
Pro 7 shows a lot more details about inflammation, digestive problems, depression, anxiety problems, stuff like that. So if you have a real anxiety piece to your fibro or to your chronic fatigue syndrome or whatever, you want the Pro 7. Or you have a lot of inflammation, get the Pro 7 genetic test. It explains all that. And I'll give you some really good options for dealing with all that naturally.
Hey, what's the definition of chronic fatigue syndrome?
I was going to ask you that.
Haha. I don't know the answer. That's why I asked you.
I think fatigue 6 months or longer. That's
So,
exhaustion, feelings of exhaustion.
And
That's
how do
probably
you
not very accurate.
how do you determine between like just everyday tiredness and like I'm really fatigued, you know?
You know it. You wake up tired. You go to bed tired. You're tired all day long. You're fighting just to function all day. It's ridiculous. We need to get you out of that mode, and we do it with supplementation. You do not have an Adderall, Cymbalta, Lyrica, amphetamine, Prozac deficiency. You don't have any of those. You have some other vitamin deficiencies. That's why we get the SpectraCell often in severe fibro cases. Why not? We'll know all your intracellular vitamin deficiencies. Genetic errors prevent you from absorbing vitamins inside your cells intracellularly. So that's why you want to see what the SpectraCell result is. That's why I want to see your genetics, because then I'm going, well, wow, you have a B12 folate pentothenate, zinc, serine deficiency. That looks like MTHFR. And darn, if we check it, you'll have bad MTHFR and a lot of other errors. But I also have to be a medical history detective and talk to you about what vitamins you're on, what supplements. A lot of you take stuff I've designed or had a hand in, like Master Formula or like Super B or like even our products. So why do fibromyalgia sufferers have chronic fatigue syndrome or CFS? Why is that such a big piece? What did I just say?
Vitamin deficiencies,
Vitamin deficiencies caused by...
metallothionein. I was listening.
No, you weren't even close. No, caused by MTHFR or other methylation problems. It blocks your ability to absorb those vitamins. So you can have a really high serum level of B12, but when I look inside your cells, you can have an intracellular deficiency. Just like with fibromyalgia patients, a lot of them have really high serum copper levels when you use the formula called the NCC or non-cerulean plasmin bound copper level. But they'll have a really high serum copper level, but a copper deficiency on a SpectraCell. The reason people will have a high B12 level is because it's probably cyanocobalamin, or maybe it's methylcobalamin, and what you really need is adenosine or hydroxycobalamin. And the SpectraCell doesn't differentiate. Neither do your serum blood levels that your doctor gets. So it's kind of hard to differentiate, and you got to reason through it sometimes. So if your doctor goes, wow, your B12 level is really high, and I told you 3 days before that you had a B12 deficiency on SpectraCell. That's why it may be cyanocobalamin floating around. That, by the way, cyanocobalamin is really cheap. B12 and it's made with cyanide. Yeah, not pretty. And for you guys with MTHFR, just a bad choice. 2 other things people with MTHFR can't handle. Women with MTHFR, birth control pills make them crazy. That's what they all say. And or feel horrible or feel bad or just feel noxious or toxic. And the prenatals make a lot of them sick. The standard prenatals, because it's a huge load of cyanocobalamin and folic acid, both of which are bad. So, okay. So what's the top 5 when I do a SpectraCell intracellular vitamin, mineral, amino acid deficiency panel on someone with fibro? What are the top 5 most common vitamin deficiencies I see in fibro patients?
I can guess one of them because
Okay.
you were just talking about it.
What is it?
Zinc.
I was talking about that.
Well, kind of. You
I think
said
you just made that up.
no. Earlier, you were talking about the zinc. That's what's inside of your copper balance. So I'm assuming everyone would be
I
deficient.
see a
in
lot
zinc.
of zinc deficiencies. I've already mentioned a couple times copper deficiencies. I see a lot of. What's of all the pieces of the metallothionein, what's the most important? What's the most commonly missing? Not
People
the
are
zinc.
saying B12,
Glutathione.
B3. Oh,
So I see a lot of glutathione deficiencies, either borderline or full deficiencies with people with fibromyalgia. So because you either can't make enough glutathione because of your methylation problems, or you have GSTM1 or GSTP1 or GST01 or one of those other glutathione genetic errors that block you from being able to make or recycle glutathione, so you have a low level. So that's why people with fibro take a lot of glutathione when they're first flushing out or reorganizing their copper to the right places. So, and that's what we developed our VARS glutathione for. Originally, that study we did with the 43 fibromyalgia people. And there's probably some of you in that study out there who remember that you were in that study. So, and you're listening tonight. So, yeah, glutathione's critical. It's one of our FDA approvals we're going to go for later is to get approval to use it with fibromyalgia cases. So, right now you can use it as a supplement, clearly. So, why do you think I see a copper deficiency? Intracellular copper deficiency.
I know the answer to that one.
Okay, why?
Because a lot of people, the copper isn't going to the right places. And so instead of it being where it should be, it's floating around in your body, right?
Why isn't it going to the right places?
Because your pathway's not correct, the metallothionein pathway.
Is not correct, or the copper zinc metallothionein is dysfunctional. So it's like a car that drives your copper around and it's got a flat tire, or maybe the engine's blown, or something's not working with it. So it's more like a tow truck and it tows the copper in there. So the glutathione is what your metallothionein uses to grab the copper. So you need the glutathione. That's that sticky, stinky tip of the spear that glutathione is made of. That's the sulfhydryl group in the glutathione. That's how it grabs copper or zinc and moves it around. You have other metallothioneins, but we're really talking about the copper zinc metallothionein. If you don't believe me or think I'm just making up crap, go to PubMed and search copper, zinc, or just search metallothionein and watch all the studies come up. But I honestly think, naturopaths thought copper toxicity issues, they've thought this for years, that copper toxicity issues were a problem with fibromyalgia. Those guys are smart and they figured this out, but they didn't put the piece together that it was a metallothionein dysfunction. So in May, if it's still around, I'm speaking again about something else. So I'm speaking about 2 things in May. One is designing nutrigenomics for dementia. So we've designed a genetic test for dementia that's easy to swab your mouth, and we'll find out what kind of dementia you're going to get or what you're at risk for, or your parents if they have dementia, so you know what has been passed down. So I'm going to be speaking about that and the options for that. And Number two, I'm going to be speaking about fibromyalgia and our bold experiment that's actually occurred and happened and worked, and that's the End Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook page. So you need to watch some of those videos, and when we call Lois here in a minute, we'll see how that goes. Matter of fact, let's call her now.
Okay.
So let's see how this works. So Lois Schweigert, let me remind you, she runs the End Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook fan page. And she's my friend. And she'll tell you she's been a patient. She was 25 years severe fibromyalgia, bedridden much of the time. Now she teaches yogurt and lives a normal life. And she actually originally turned us on to Young Living. Can you believe that? Yeah, so there's all kinds of links here. And she's in someone's downline. So let's call her and see where this goes.
That's pretty impressive. You said she teaches yogurt.
She teaches yogurt.
Yoga.
Hey, is this Lois?
This is Lois.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm loving this Facebook Live.
Thanks, Lois. You know who this is, obviously.
I do.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to hold all this together.
I can hold your phone if you need.
I know I can't look at my iPad because we have a delay and it's gonna make me crazy, so I have to.
I know. I kind of have to do the same thing. Yeah, if you'll hold this here. There's an arm coming out. See that arm? That's
I'll put it to my mic.
okay.
Can she hear him all right, though?
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right, Lois?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
How many people are signed up now on your End Fibromyalgia with Natural Options page?
We have recently passed the 2,300 mark. So
Wow.
we're at 2328.
That's pretty amazing. Good job. Because I remember it just started, 4 or 5 months ago? So,
When did we start? July, I think?
was it July?
June or July. I can't remember. Yeah.
I don't know how long ago that was. Okay, that was 6 months ago. So 6 months ago.
Like 10.
We're in March now, but yeah, we're coming up on a year pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Time is flying by, isn't it?
Yeah. So, as smart as I am, I can never learn my months very well in elementary school and high school.
It's okay. We all have our flaws.
That's my big flaw. Don't mess me up on months. So, why is it so successful, Lois? What's your secret with that site? Why do you think it's so successful?
Well, I think it's successful because it works for the people who do it. And you're a big draw. Everybody loves you, of course, but mostly because it works. And as we continue to grow, and we have people who are jumping into the protocol and following it completely, they're having success, and we're able to, they're willing to jump in and help each other and help all the new people and pay it forward. And so I think as we get more people who are successful, it's, more people are going to be willing to try it.
Okay, so here's a hard question to follow up with that one. Why is it not more successful? Why not more fibro sufferers? I mean, here lies, you and I know, with all the work we've done, here lies the answer to millions of people suffering. I mean, probably, there could easily be 40 million Americans with this. Why don't we have 40 million Americans signed on that Facebook fan page?
Well, I think for a few reasons, potentially. I think that, especially, even, from my experiences, I was pretty sarcastic, and we're bombarded with so much information now. There's so many fibromyalgia pages. There's so much information, and our, your protocol is unique.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
It goes against what some other people say. I think some people are just convinced and attached to things that they've done for a long time, and maybe they've had a certain level of success. We had success with me with other things, and we just kept building on it until we're where we are today. I think people are intimidated to try something else maybe and have it not work. The diet goes against a lot of what the rest of the world tells us we should be eating, and it's so many people's go-tos, and it's a really big change. So I think there's a lot of reasons for maybe people who are being, resistant or, waiting to see how many other people maybe are successful. And somebody today posted that they were really enjoying the page, getting things out of it, but they were resistant to trying the diet because they had so many other health conditions, and they didn't know about restricting their copper. So a lot of it is education and learning how to fit it into your program and, things like that.
Well, the members of of 3 national pain societies, the chairs have wanted to do a study with me on this, and you guys on that Facebook page are kind of my version of that study. We're going to actually have to roll something out and do like 1,000 patient study across the country that's for a later date and time, and we'll publish that in JAMA or New England Journal. That's the goal. I mean, we're really serious about this, but do you think things like those videos I posted where we cured those 4 severe fibro cases, has that helped a little, or?
Yeah, I think we don't say the cure word, Dr. Purser.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't cure anyone. I just helped get rid of all their symptoms.
But yes, no, I think that they are, beneficial to people, and when they can see, them going through it and all the emotions, and then at the end where everybody's so happy, I think that they're super valuable.
Thank you. What's the number one reason people who've tried this system have not gotten rid of all their fibro symptoms?
Say that again.
What's the number one reason people who tried this system have not been able to get rid of all their fibro symptoms?
So far, in my experience, it is lack of following the diet long enough, or they have like 1 foot in and one foot out.
That's what I've seen too. Someone will not be getting better. They'll be frustrated. I'll be talking to them. Finally, I'm like, send me a detailed list of everything that goes into your mouth, every supplement, everything. And I have to go through that list with a fine-tooth comb. I remember one lady was taking flaxseed seeds. 6 capsules a day. Well, they're super high in copper. So she was doing everything else right. And that's one of the last things I finally drug out of her. I'm like, stop it. Literally, a few weeks later, she was like, I don't have any symptoms anymore. So I'm like, yeah, you got rid of your poison there. So, so the first thing you do if you have fibro would probably be what?
The first thing that I would do is join our fibro page, and then I would jump 100% into the diet. That's what I encourage. And I do want to say, I know that it is a hard thing to do. So for those of you that are struggling with it, that are working on it, I didn't get it perfect, and I still mess up sometimes. So don't be discouraged. It is a process of relearning, but it's the most important step in this protocol, in my opinion. If you don't stick to that diet and get your symptoms managed, then you can start adding some foods back in. So it doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. But if you can commit to that for a few months or whatever it takes.
Even a week, so a lot of people know after a week.
Yeah.
And it's free to do the diet. It doesn't cost, and to join your page, it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just really try to encourage them. If you don't follow the diet, and then you're going to say, I'm taking the supplements and they're not helping me, but you're cutting your knees off. So the diet. Okay.
So does anyone on there need some help? Anyone special? Can you pick someone out who you think is really needing help and let us help them? And maybe secretly give me their name so we can message them.
I do have a couple names.
Okay, yeah, please get those to Brecken or to Denise, and so we'll reach out to them.
I will get them to Brecken, and then she can follow up.
Every once in a while, it's like we picked the worst fibro cases in the world just to showcase that we could get them better. We videotaped we videoed every step of the path, and those are the videos we put up. We took the worst to do that with, and they'll tell you they had horrible, bedridden, nasty fibro. So what's the most amazing thing you've seen on there? Can you read us a great comment that blew you away, or anything like that?
I can. This actually was about a week ago, and it was really overwhelming to me when I read it, because I felt so. This was the whole reason why we do this page, is to help people. So she says, my journey began August 1st, 2019. I started with VARS, glutathione, MTHF support plus, Tiny Vite, ADK, and have since added more support for my other deficiencies found on the Pro7 test. Unfortunately, and yet very fortunately, I had found myself without copper balance for 3 days. You wouldn't think it was such a big deal. Let me assure you that from August 1st to current, I've worked hard on the diet, have been able to kick all the pain, nerve meds from my system. As I felt my body was getting weaker, more achy, more fatigued, and my body felt like I'd been hit by a semi, I started to connect the return of the pain to the lack of copper balance. It seems unreal, almost impossible to have such clear evidence on how much of this protocol is needed, all of it. One piece of the puzzle was missing for a very short time, and it just didn't work like it was in the recent past. I'm still recouping when it arrived. I was at a point completely drained, but my day wasn't over yet. I took 4 immediately and felt some relief. Ate a meal and took 4 more in hopes of a full rebound for today's functioning abilities. Upon waking, I feel much better than yesterday already. I'll take my bottle of copper balance with me for today in hopes of staying on the recouping side of things. This is a confirmation to me. This is a message of hope. For all of you who are still struggling, don't give up. You know you found the place that will change your life, and know that there's others who have been where you are and now dedicated to helping you survive the living hell that you have been going through for years, missing life as it unfolds around you. There is a best life ahead of you. Keep fighting to learn more and sacrifice to be able to make the changes necessary in order to have your best life. We're here to help and guide you. Reach out, and may God bless your body to feel a healing forward movement.
That's really cool. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, wow. Wow. God bless her.
I know.
When are you going to finish your fibro cookbook? It should almost be done, right?
Me and her have been working on that, and it is so close.
Oh, is that Brecken?
That's me. That's Brecken.
Cool.
So
Okay.
expect it soon.
Okay. And so for the fans out there, for everyone, what's your favorite Disney cupcake?
Well, not really a cupcake girl, but
What?
I do love a beignet.
Beignet. Mm.
Oh, the beignets. Are
That
those
is-
in the cookbook?
No.
That's the next one. We'll find a copper beignet.
And low
that's
copper
probably a
beignets.
high copper food, so it's not going to go in the cookbook. But I can have one every once in a while, and it doesn't bother me. That's the good news.
Amazing.
Okay. You know what, Lois? Thank you. God bless you. You're doing the work of a saint. Thank you, and thanks for helping all those people. And so we love you, and we'll talk to you later. So
Love you guys.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Lois Schweigert. She runs In Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook fan page. You should get on there if you have fibro, or refer your friends who have fibro onto there. So if you do all this and still don't get optimal results, let me step in and help. Watch those videos, and we'll do the same testing I did on Heather and Kristen, the SpectraCell, the copper, the zinc ceruloplasmin, and the Pro7 genetic testing. You're looking at about $1,450 worth of labs in my office, or about the same outside my office. So let's run it down to $1,400 if you're coming in my office, and I'll see you for the first 45 minutes for free. Think about it. You save $400+, and I'll help you with your fibro. And Brecken's going to handle that from here.
So basically what that means is if you get a Pro7, a SpectraCell, and then our copper protocol, like levels, the seroplasm, zinc,
So
copper,
we can prove you have high copper levels.
then Dr. Purse will give you a free 45-minute consult included, which that's usually our initial. So that's a really fun thing that he wants to do
Yeah.
for you fibro sufferers.
Yeah, probably be your initial plus another follow-up. It's what that'll be. But
Is
Yeah.
that only in office?
no, if they're out of office, they have to get the labs through direct labs.
Yeah.
The copper, the zinc, and the ceruloplasmin.
Yeah.
So-
But you can contact our office at info@danpursermd for more questions. Or if
Yeah,
you've got any.
email them.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Now for preventing horrible viral lung infections, just a quick list here, and then we're going to answer a question. This is the stuff I know all of you are worried about. You're all panicking a little scared.
Hey, I
So-
found water bottles. You told me the other day there was going to be no water bottles anywhere. I
It was
found
weird.
some.
Like something's going to happen to the people at the water plant here. I mean, if they're 85 years or older, 15% according to the WHO and the World Health Organization. Sorry, not the band, the WHO, but the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control. Yeah, maybe 10 or 15% might die, but people at the water plant here are not 85 and older. They're not,
No.
We're not going to run out of water. It's,
Wait, can I tell them a funny thing I saw too? I was on Instagram and there was this picture and it was like a picture of a grocery store and there was soap. There was no soap anywhere. And he was like, guys, stop buying all the soap because just because you use the soap doesn't mean everyone else, they need it too. Don't sell it out so everyone can use it. That's crazy to me, you know, and hand sanitizer, it's like everyone has to keep clean. Otherwise, it's not going to help, you know? So,
Okay, so these are the things. Hang on. I'm gonna. This is my N95 mask. Oh yeah, never mind. You don't want these. These are for doctors or healthcare professionals. And my gloves I brought tonight to the studio. But and I have a gown, but let's not go there. That's it. That's if it gets really hot around Provo and really get a lot of cases. We don't have any cases in Utah now. Pretty much. There's one who came in on a ship, and he got flown here, transferred here, everything, and he's at IMC in Salt Lake. But we all know he's there. There's no other confirmed cases in Utah. So, and we're not going to name the virus. So let me tell you what I did. If you really want to know before that day comes, when it's in your area, some things you can do. I got a SpectraCell. I'm getting a lot of patients coming in wanting SpectraCells. If you remember those SpectraCells, or go to Google Images or look at some, they do an Immunodex and Spectrox number. The Immunodex is their calculations are your vitamin deficiencies affecting your immune system functionality. Also, make sure your thyroid's optimized. Make sure everything's good. Those are things you can do. Don't have any vitamin deficiencies. Deal with your genetic errors. Take a lot of glutathione every day, especially if it's in your area. I'll be doing probably anywhere from 15 to 30 or 45 squirts a day. I'll be taking Super C or vitamin C. I just saw where in China, all the people who are afflicted with the Voldemort virus, as we call it tonight, are getting IV vitamin C. That's just the strongest antioxidant they know of. They haven't figured out how all the things that glutathione does. I also take a resveratrol quercetin combination, and we'll have this soon available on the website, the one I take. I've been taking our prototype. I also take a really good C3 curcumin complex. I make sure my zinc is optimal. I wash my hands a lot. So for anyone who guesses first what my number one Young Living hand wash is, and that I use around the office and stuff, I'll give you a free bottle of it. So let's see who guesses.
let's
And I use hand sanitizer too, a lot. And gloves when I go to the gas station, places like that, I'll be using. So,
just waiting. Thieves. Valerie Gargano.
yep. Okay, she just won my collector's edition bottle of Thieves foaming hand soap. And I even have a top for it. Woo! So, okay, this is for her.
I wrote it down.
Okay, I'll keep it over here. Okay, so what of all the products I just named a few minutes ago, and I'm not talking Super C, it's already a product, but what antioxidant product is probably about to become a Young Living product because of our patent, because of our work with the FDA and everything else we're doing with it? And the first person who names it will get a free bottle of it. The most antiviral substance your body makes, bar none. Period. It's a natural substance. It's 1,000,000 times more potent than vitamin C. Tell us who goes
Tracy Lay, glutathione.
That's right. Okay, you get the VARS. You get a bottle of the VARS liposomal burst glutathione. Good job. You were quick. I don't know another way to do this. So
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's working good.
People love giveaways, right?
okay.
There's just so many people that are like, I said it too.
Sorry, I keep dinking
I
the
wish
mic
we
there.
could give you
so
all it.
I will not panic too. Stay calm. Have some gloves in your car. Have hand sanitizer. Whatever your brand is, the Thieves hand sanitizer is great. I use it too. I'm about to run out of my collection of that too. If Marcella von Harding's listening, maybe she can send me a couple bottles. So, they'll probably show up in the mail this week. I shouldn't have done that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so let's answer questions. Oh, wait. I will be speaking in Anaheim and hanging out at Disneyland in 2 weeks, so watch for me. Next Facebook Live will probably be shot down there. Yeah, it'll be brief. It'll probably be just a video that we'll post. And that's in 2 weeks. And in May in Orlando, I speak on fibromyalgia and then on dementia testing and preventative supplements.
And that's you want to do a meetup in Orlando.
I'm hoping it still all happens.
Yeah.
We're still committed to going down there. Who knows if I'll be speaking or not? They may cancel the conference. So, okay. I love all you guys. We'll start answering questions now.
Okay. I've got a bunch.
All right.
There's been good questions here tonight,
Yeah.
too.
So
We may go over tonight. So we've been pretty efficient so far, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're at 46 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can the oral VARs be used topically if they're unable to take it orally?
We don't put that on the bottle. Yeah, I'll just say yes.
Okay. And is like the difference between the cosmetic and the topical or the oral, is there a difference really?
No, one's missing essential oils just because we were trying to create a medical version for FDA testing. So that didn't have essential oils, which skews the results, improves it even. So
Real quick, I see a lot of people asking what are good brands that you recommend for vitamins? Do we want to point them to our little page for Designs for Health?
Oh, yeah. First, look at www.physiciandesigned.com. Physiciandesigned.com. Also, if you want if you're not Young Living, and I'm assuming you're not, or you wouldn't be asking that, though I help design a master formula, which is a super good vitamin for people with methylation issues, and I help reformulate the Super B. Great products. You can get them from Young Living. But I also like Thorne Research. Anything Thorne Research makes is super good. Also, my connections with Designs for Health, because we make a number of products for them, or some products for them. And if you want a link to be able to buy stuff there from their warehouse and get a good price, email me or call the office tomorrow. Or email the office at info@danpursermd.com, and we'll send you the link. Super easy to use. You set up a little account, and then you can order everything through them and get get significant discounts. So cheaper than Amazon.
And we just posted a link to it too here.
Okay, good. Thank you. And so that's easy. But I like Thorne Research. I use different vitamins for different reasons. Specifically, Thorne's Basic Prenatal is probably one of the best on the market for people with methylation issues. So that way you're not getting cyanocobalamin and folic acid, which will make you sick as a dog if you have methylation issues. And you'll throw up thinking it's hyperemesis gravidarum of pregnancy when it's really not. It's hyperemesis from cyanocobalamin poisoning you. So...
Yeah.
Okay, more questions.
Is glutathione something that is specific for some people to take, or would everyone benefit from the use of it?
If you get older, past about 35 or 40 or so, take it. I take it, more of it, especially in times of potential infections, stuff like that, sunburns, toxicity issues. We've got a number of FDA approvals we're going after in the next year or two. With our medical version So it's really an incredible product. We have a U.S. patent on it. We're the only one that's ever been validated, and we'll argue with. We've looked at the results on the other stuff. There's some testing coming out now that's really questionable at best, and we don't really believe because we know how the products were made. So we have some problems with some of that. But yeah, we're the only one that ever got validated. We work. It works topically or orally. We've got a number of FDA indications we're going after. We're spending a lot of money to get there. So, but I know someone's trying to pick that up as a product. I mean, yeah, you guys know who it is. I asked that question earlier. So I think we meet with them again Wednesday this week.
Can toddlers take glutathione? Or like children?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't give them a lot of it unless you know their genetics, because they may not need it. We can figure out your genetics and know if you have a deficiency or an inability to recycle it or to make it looking at your genetics. That's in our Pro 7 kit, which looks at toxicity, detoxification issues, inflammatory issues, stuff like that. It's extremely anti-inflammatory. So I take a C3 curcumin complex, I take a resveratrol quercetin combination, and I take a lot of glutathione every day. And a really good fish oil.
Good.
And there, 3 of them are from Designs for Health.
Should you increase your glutathione dosage from 7 squirts to more if they contract a respiratory infection?
Yes. Good Lord, yes.
To how much?
30, 50, 60 squirts a day.
Just up it.
Yeah, a lot. You'll feel it fighting. I do a lot. Our studies with CF and cystic fibrotic lesions and stuff like that we've done over the last year, I'd use a lot of it.
Is there a recommended dose that you should start with just in general for someone to take?
5 squirts a day.
Cool.
You know what? Let me tell you this. The very first time you get a bottle, and it's pretty tart tasting, I do probably 15 squirts. You'll literally know 30 minutes later if you had a glutathione deficiency or not. You'll know because it'll clear your brain out. Mm-hmm. It'll just be like, wow, cold water running through your brain. It's crazy. And people, probably about half the people say, whoa. And you'll never be able to get them to stop using it after that. It's a super antioxidant. There's only 2. There's sod, which no one's figured out, maybe. Yeah, what do you think about that? No one's got a patent on a new way to make sod. Wonder if that's coming. Superoxide dismutase, and there's glutathione. And those are the 2 super antioxidants.
How many squirts are in the bottle of glutathione?
Oh, I don't know that. Sorry.
That's something we should
we
test.
We need to figure
But
that out.
we don't want to waste a bottle of it because it goes too fast.
It's like, what was that? A Tootsie Pop. They licked them to see how long it would last before you got to the center. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do that with a bottle.
Can you over-methylate on the VARs?
No.
I don't know what that would mean.
Has nothing to do with methylation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if you take it at night, which lately, because of some viral exposures I got and stuff at work, I've been using 50 squirts a day. And I've took it even in the middle of the night. It will jack with your sleep. It'll mess with your sleep because it's a super antioxidant like nothing else. So it is a million times. This I learned at USC. Stoichiometrically, which is a organic chemistry, biochemistry term. Stoichiometrically, it's a million times more efficacious or aggressive than vitamin C. So whatever vitamin C was hinted at doing, or we thought it was doing, it's antiviral, it's this, it'll help with the cold, this. Glutathione will do it a real functional glutathione. I think this is from an NIH paper, actually, but we'll do it a million times more effectively.
That's awesome.
A million times more effectively. Next question.
Yeah. I'm kind of going back and forth between fibro questions too now. So they said their mom has been super sick for maybe 2 years. She's 76 with lots of issues specifically pertaining to her thyroid and fibromyalgia. And she's wondering if there's certain testing she should get done.
SpectraCell, start with that.
Okay. And that's on our website.
76, I'd definitely get one on her.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot really quick. We'll be able to tell you exactly what direction to go in from that.
Yeah.
And any other labs, I know her local doctor may have done a CBC, a CMP, which is a Kim panel, all that kind of stuff. Good, I'd want to look at all that too. Get your local doctor to do all that too if they can. Any information helps in this situation.
Totally. Why are the foods that are high in copper the same ones that I'm being told I should be eating to get healthy? Like those superfoods.
Let me back up. Our ancestors never ate that stuff. Think about the pioneers and all those people who came to this country, marched across out here to the west. They didn't eat kale; it was a weed. They didn't eat much spinach; it was probably a weed too. They certainly didn't eat buckets of almonds and peanuts and walnuts. They hardly found any that eat them and get going, walk on or ride on. And they certainly didn't eat avocados. They weren't even up here in this country at the time. So they didn't eat almond milk or green smoothies. They didn't have a blender in their saddlebag. They didn't do any of that stuff. It's crazy how much copper you people are taking in. It's insane. So your body's not used to, a lot of you just aren't designed to handle that much copper. They're for people with fibro, they shouldn't. For people without fibro, they can eat all that stuff. Great, eat it. But if you have fibro, it's not for you. You're a paleo kind of person. Paleo. And kale is not on the vegetable side of that. So, kale and spinach.
Yeah. Is it possible to start with fibromyalgia symptoms suddenly? They said their wife just started with dizziness and then muscle weakness one day, and then by the end of the week she was in pain all over her body.
Get a SpectraCell.
Okay.
Why? Because it could be a B12 deficiency, could be a folate deficiency, something like that. Something sitter, but make sure her doctor's done CBC and CMP, all the basic stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely guessing.
Yeah. Do you take health insurance?
No, haven't for 20 years. Not going to. I'll quit, die, swim across the ocean, do something else before I do it. It will not let me do this work on you.
Nope.
I won't get paid for it. It'll let me do it. I just won't get reimbursed for it. And they'll probably call it fraud or something when I bill for it.
They don't believe it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to,
How much copper per day is allowed?
I don't even know.
I know.
I'd say 0 if you have too much. You're copper toxic.
You'll find it on the foods list in the End Fibromyalgia private group.
Oh, it's
Go
there.
look there, but I'll let you know. Our goal is to always say below 9% of the daily value.
Yeah,
So,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
9%
9% of the daily value
per item.
of copper.
Mm-hmm. So sorry.
I'm not quite sure I follow that, but I'll figure it out. I'll talk to Lois.
Cool. That's on the page, but yeah, we can figure that. They said they got everything handled, but the only thing they can't do is get good sleep. What do you recommend?
Yeah, seriously.
They're like
That's a
feeling
big
so
problem.
much better.
There's so many things you could try. Designs for Health has that Insomnital chewable. Young Living has ImmuPro chewable. You try a lot of melatonin. Insomnital chewable has L-theanine and melatonin in one. It's really cool. You could try GABA. Designs for Health has Pharma GABA, which is really good. Try chewing one of those and 30 minutes later taking your melatonin. I take I'm on 10 milligrams of melatonin every night. And I take GABA, Pharma GABA. I chew 2 of them up. And I sleep like a baby. So, yeah, and if I take naps, I don't sleep well. So I really try and fight that. But some days I'm so tired from working. I try and come home every night now and work out, lift weights, do push-ups, all that kind of stuff, run. Well, really, I'm not running much. It's kind of a jog run, but...
Kind of a crawl.
Yeah, more like a crawl.
Just kidding.
It is a crawl.
Are your products available only in the U.S.? Physician Design?
We can send anywhere in the world through DHL.
Yep, so you can order on Physician Design and it goes international.
Yeah. We're on Amazon. We're Amazon Prime on everything, stuff like that. But you get better sales prices from, and no shipping costs also, from our physiciandesign.com website. Like that BOGO on Copper Balance, it's not on Amazon.
Nope. I had a good question. Oh, do you need to get MTHFR testing and SpectraCell and Pro7, or is that included in one of those?
MTHFR testing is already in the Pro 7. It's really extensive. There are 13 different methylation errors, including the 2 MTHFR ones. They just happen to be the big bad uglies of methylation problems. But you can get you can do something about those 13 methylation errors, and we only test things that you can do something about. So the Pro 7 looks at, I don't know, 50, 60
Oh,
things.
it's massive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly inflammatory anxiety, methylation, and other problems.
What can you use for aching joints?
That's a loaded question. That could be 10 different things causing. I don't know what's causing yours. Make sure your methylations are okay. Try the Arthrobend from that Designs for Health website. We gave you, that's a really good product. Every patient I've ever tried it on has kept using it because it works with arthritis. Osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, both. It's stuff, and tendonitis, stuff like that. And even osteoporosis, there's a form for that. This stuff is crazy good. So,
It's awesome.
okay.
So they said their mom has been complaining about tooth pain, and they're wondering if that's connected to fibromyalgia because of the nerve.
It could be, but get if she takes some glutathione orally and it doesn't go away, swishes around her mouth, she needs to probably make sure she's seen a dentist, and maybe even 2.
I think that's what they said. They were at the dentist. But
Yeah.
interesting. But glutathione might help with the nerve pain.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
It's awesome.
So there's a product, there's a big need for a dental rinse out there, and we're going to get FDA approved for that.
Ooh.
Because I haven't had a cavity in 3 years since I started using the glutathione.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
I used to get cavities all the time as a kid.
Yeah, you just don't get them with the
Wow.
the glutathione rinse as well, which is what it should do. Read, go to PubMed and search up glutathione in caries, which is the dental term for cavities, CARIES. Caries, and you'll see a ton of articles come up. Just no one's ever figured out how to make a version that would work.
It's awesome. Is there a certain form of zinc that people should take when they have MTHFR?
Picolinate. And it's already in the MTHFR Sport Plus, and Copper Balance, and everything.
Cool. Does taking glutathione help prevent viruses?
Glutathione, from that post I gave you earlier today, what it does, CD4, CD8, macrophages, other cells, all those kind of cells, they use glutathione to grab the virus to prevent it into the immune system so antibodies can be made for it. So will it prevent? No, you can still get a little viral infection. You just may not ever know it if your glutathione levels are high enough because it'll present it. Your immune system will kick in. You'll just become a lot more efficient utilizer of your immune system. It boosts your immune system. Remember the immunodex number that SpectraCell will figure out when you get a SpectraCell. The main thing that can bring that down far greater than anything else is the glutathione number. And SpectraCell does check your intracellular levels, so which is really accurate.
Yeah.
It just doesn't differentiate between GSSG, which is the used form of glutathione, or the oxidized form, versus GSH, which is the reduced form. And you want that ratio super high.
People keep asking, is there a certain demographic that is at higher risk for the Voldemort virus?
Yeah, older. 16 older. Yeah, that's what all the data is coming back on. The World Health Organization, the CDC, everyone, 85 and older, or 80 and older have a 15% mortality, 70 and older, I think, a 10%, and 60 and older, 5%. I am doomed. I'm kidding.
What about
I'm using so much glutathione?
What about diabetes and asthma? Would that cause a higher risk?
Yes, but why do you think that is?
Their immune function is lower?
Diabetes have really low levels of What? And don't say insulin.
Glutathione.
Glutathione.
Interesting.
Again, go to PubMed. Look, diabetes and glutathione levels.
Crazy.
Tons of studies on it. Remember, most antiviral substance in your body. Yeah, I read the pathology, the autopsy reports on people in Hong Kong who have passed, and they all either had kidney disease or diabetes. And both those cause super low levels of glutathione. So there's got to be a connection, and we've been looking at tons of studies on all that. So,
can glutathione last unopened in the refrigerator?
yeah.
Will it last if it's not in the refrigerator?
Not as well, but yeah.
Like I keep it on my bathroom counter, and it's still good.
I use mine up so fast. You kidding me?
Yeah.
And some people do. But keep it in the fridge. If you're only doing 5 squirts a day, it'll last a long time.
Mm-hmm. How do you know if you have fibromyalgia?
You know what? That's a good question because I get asked. I see patients in my office, and I'm pretty sure as I'm sitting there talking to them that they have fibromyalgia, meaning a copper metallothionein dysfunction. Because they're saying, yeah, my shoulders, neck, and upper back is so tight all the time. It hurts so bad. And I'm like, well, do you have any numbness tingling in your hands? But yeah, occasionally. And stuff like that. Have you ever been told you have fibromyalgia? And they'll go, no one's ever told me, but I don't go see doctors usually. I'm just like, wow, that's probably why no one's told you. Yeah, so I'll check. I'll do that serum zinc, serum copper, ceruloplasmin, and it'll come back greater than 20%. I'll run that NCC formula, and it'll come back greater than 20%. I'll go, yeah, you probably do have fibro. Then we'll do a spectrosome. Guess what? They'll have a copper deficiency. They have high serum copper, low intracellular copper, and they'll have B12, pantothenate, folate, zinc deficiencies, just on and on. Just, yeah, they fit all the, every time. So...
I think this is an interesting question. How do you know if your glutathione's gone bad? I can tell you the biggest thing that we get is people will open their bottles. Don't open your bottle. That's the worst thing you can do.
You'll introduce it. That's an argon gas. Or is it nitrogen or argon?
Nitrogen in these bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, nitrogen gas flush in the top. We purge it so no air ever gets in there. That's a spring-loaded bottle. It does not come in contact with air unless you squirt it out. Yeah, there might be a little oxidation from sunlight or whatever getting into the side of the bottle. That is an airproof bottle. We spent a lot of money on that bottle.
Yeah.
So that's part of our patent.
Don't
yeah,
open
and we have other versions of that bottle that probably Young Living will use. So, you can't open that bottle. You ruin it. You'll not ruin it, but it'll
go bad.
You'll hasten its demise.
It won't taste good at all. You think it tastes bad now? Try that.
Yeah.
Try an open bottle.
You're probably not using enough of it if it ends up tasting bad very often.
Yeah.
I've got a bottle on my desk at work that cracked, and the top broke off, and I put it back on. I'm like, it just fell off the shelf. So I've been using it for about 4 months, and it's not perfect tasting, but it's still functional. Yeah, and so I think clearly the nitrogen gas purge was gone out of the top of that one. So the top of the bottle broke off, but I was thinking about going and I taped it up. Yeah, it's me. I don't want to waste it. The bottles are expensive for us to buy. The glutathione is expensive to make. When Young Living when a giant MLM gets it, if they do, who knows if they will, but the cost for us in manufacturing goes way down because instead of 2,000 bottles, they'll want 90,000 bottles. So we get a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So, but you guys will too because you'll get distributor pricing.
Totally.
So.
For RA sufferers, if your doctor has you on methotrexate, I don't know if I said that right, and you have the worst MTHFR mutations, what would be your recommendation to manage the RA? Complicated?
No.
Oh.
Arthroben.
Arthroben, which is from Designs for Health. You can get that.
Yeah, I was involved with that. Yeah. Arthroben is amazing.
And would you say that's the best thing for arthritis as well?
You know, I've done a product for a company we've been talking a lot about tonight. Let's see if they take it, but that's similar. But yeah, it's crazy good. It's one of the new collagen peptides. So what they did, they didn't dice up with a knife, but they have a way of molecularizing the collagen so it fits into the tears, missing spot, places where it's missing in your tendons and your joints, and it works fast. Literally by the first week, or certainly by 2 or 3 weeks, it's working. With your arthritis, with your OA, with your RA, your knees will suddenly not be hurting. Your tendons feel better. It's weird, but it's cool. It's the new collagen peptide technologies that are out there. But that's the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
That's why physicians buy it.
Interesting. She said her husband has high copper in his blood. Would Copper Balance help him with that?
Glutathione, copper balancing, chicken's metallothionein. But he needs an NCC formula, so I need to see copper, zinc, ceruloplasmin. And then I can really tell her it's the unbound copper that's
That matters,
important, or
yeah.
non-ceruloplasmin bound copper. You don't want it bound up with ceruloplasmin. So, and maybe his ceruloplasmin is super low, so his copper appears really high. It's just, it's complicated, but you got to do the NCC.
What about the copper found in beauty products, like that have avocado oil or other things? Are those kind of touch and go?
They're fine.
Okay.
Don't gargle
They're
with it
minimal.
or drink it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A copper IUD does seem to be a problem, though, I'm finding out.
It does or does not?
It does.
Gotcha. That would make sense.
For women with fibro.
Yeah.
So if you have fibro, your mom probably had it, your daughters have it, or sons have it, it's genetic. It's that NAT2 and MTHFR combination. That's what I think. Let's see if I'm right. And yes, once again, I will say I'm getting pretty close, but I think I deserve the Nobel Prize in medicine, or at least a nomination. So if someone's out there really connected, and someone in Stockholm that's connected to the Nobel group, would you put in a good word for me? Okay, thank you.
Can glutathione help support the brain in the early stages of dementia?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there's so many good studies now on products that help prevent dementia. That's why we're coming out with that dementia genetics test that'll tell you. And then there's specific supplements. I'm going to do my PowerPoint. I'll post it somewhere. What are we going to do? At Udemy? What are we going to do it on Facebook?
To be determined.
Yeah. If it's on Udemy, I'll keep it cheap, but I don't think so. I think I'll just post it to Facebook.
It'd probably be on our website, if anything.
Yeah, and that's me going through the PowerPoint for that talk and talking about and there's a cheat sheet at the end of what supplements you take that have been validated for what dementia you're facing. It's the best things you can do now in 2020 that will be in that study. And some of the products are really specific and really high end. I mean, the requirements are pretty strict. Like with there's resveratrol, trans-resveratrol, quercetin, or the krill oil. The krill oil is off the charts. And so we've had to really research the best krill oil. It's got to be a DHA phospholipid krill oil. I know it gets really specific with so much astaxanthin in it. And so we'll have all that available on our website so you guys can grab it if you have that form of dementia. And we'll give you the best price we can. Dementia sucks, so not allowed. None of my friends out there that I'm talking to tonight, all of 40,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 of you, you're not allowed to have dementia ever.
Oh, by the way, the code for Copper Balance to get the BOGO is BOGO 2020. I think we forgot
now
to
you
tell them.
us.
You're welcome.
Can you post that
Yes,
somewhere?
we will.
BOGO 2020.
So someone was wondering, so they purchased glutathione, Copper Balance, and MTHFR Support Plus. Should they take them all at once at the same time, or should they slowly add one in each week? Or
Start low, go slow. Always, that's my rule. Start with the glutathione, 5 squirts a day. After that, add the Copper Balance. Then try one of the MTHFR Support Pluses. I want you pain free as much as possible before you add the MTHFR Support Plus. So you got to follow the diet, then add the glutathione, then add the copper balance, and finally attack your methylation problems. And if you need help, I'm here. You can get testing at our danpursermd.com website, all that. Please do so if you're struggling or you're like, I'm not quite sure what to do, or spend some time with me. I'll help get you through it. And it's not something like we have to do it every year. It's like we do 2 or 3 visits, and I let you fly out of the nest, little bird. Go be free of your fibro symptoms, all that. I can't cure it, but we can get rid of your symptoms.
Do you have any recommendations for Bell's palsy?
That's a good one. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, she's posted on here a couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe best thing for her, contact the office and
Yeah.
set up an appointment with you.
Do you think?
Set it up. You know what? Let's do a 15-minute free visit and
Okay.
talk, you and I.
So, contact me. It's a woman. I didn't get her name. But if you're the one with Bell's palsy and you just delivered a baby 3 months ago, email me at brecken@aespmi.com and I can help you.
So
set that up.
if we ever talk and I'm like, I'm not sure I can help you. We'll give you back your money you paid today. And so if you've gotten labs, I can't really do much about that. But they'll
How
be
many
helpful no
times
matter
does
what.
that happen though? Like once?
Once or twice a year.
Yeah, I don't ever see that.
Yeah, or sometimes I just go, don't pay. I don't want you to waste your time or money here. I don't really know what's causing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry. I mean, I'm pretty good, but I'm not that good. I don't know everything.
So someone was asking, are you an MD?
Yes.
Do you write prescriptions for patients ever?
Yes.
Okay. I think someone's
Every day.
you talk the natural route first.
I know I sound like a naturopath, don't I? I play one on TV. No, I'm kidding.
That's funny. Let's see. I've got a couple questions on a spectre cell. Do you want me to ask you those?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Bell's palsy
Oh,
cause.
he's Googling.
Save it for after this. You can look it up after.
Oh, you know what? That Bell's palsy. Try some topical glutathione.
All right.
Yeah, and get your foundation methylation genetic kit. It's probably got a lot to do with maybe it could be B12 deficiency.
Yeah, it could be a
Damn.
mixture of things. And
Yeah.
she just had a baby 3 months ago, so she might just
Could be a spectre cell you
Yeah.
need. That's really good after having a baby, but
in general,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I've got
lady with Bell's palsy or anyone with Bell's
Yeah.
palsy, it's a 7th cranial nerve dysfunction. And anytime you start knowing nerve issues, it could be B12, it could be folate, it could be glutathione, it could be lack of something like that, maybe as the cause, maybe.
Yeah. So someone said they had a spectre cell done in November of 2019, and they're wondering if they should retest now or wait because their immunidex was 42. And they're wondering if they should retest.
I probably retest, text or email the office, and I'll give you a little discount on that. A follow-up testing, so
Okay. How long does
Helps.
it take to change your spectre cell results after you?
90 days, 90 to 100 days. We learned that at USC.
And then
The pharmacologists there were right on. They were like, takes 100 days, 90 to 100. They told me that, and I didn't believe them, but it takes that long.
should you stop taking your vitamins for a certain amount of time when doing a spectre cell, or just
No, it's really looking back the last 100 days.
so keep note of what you
it's,
have been taking?
Yeah, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Don't
Well-
fast. Drink lots of water before you come in or get it done. We can mail it to you so you get it done locally, or and I'll send you a script to get the blood drawn. And it's just a really good way to go. That way you don't have to fly here to see me for a vitamin panel, really. Whoever asked, am I an MD? Clearly you haven't read any of my books or my textbook on preventive medicine or anything else. Let's see, I think I have 30 books or something like that out there. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Just kidding.
16 number one books on Amazon. You should know me. Okay.
What about heart palpitations? Can that be related to food or disease or vitamin deficiency?
Vitamin deficiencies.
What
We
would-
saw that all the time at USC and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Zinc could be one. It could be B12. Could be, you just get a spectre cell. Or get on mineral essence if you're young living, or Just get on a good multivitamin after 30 days. Hasn't gone away. Get a SpectraCell. And then we'll go through the results and I'll tell you.
Do you have, other than flaxseed oil, fish oil, because they can't take that, do you have any other recommendations for omega-3s?
Yeah, krill oil.
Krill oil. Someone's coming in. Just a sec.
We're entering our studio.
Just be quiet.
We don't know who it is.
Their arms go numb on a regular basis. Would glutathione help them?
I don't know. That could be a B12 deficiency. It could be a disc problem in your neck. I don't know.
Would it help with neuropathy? Glutathione?
We're going after several FDA approvals for that. Yes.
Cool. Maybe
But we have to wait until we get FDA approved for that. I can't
say
tell you anything about it till then.
What about acid reflux?
It will not help with that.
Well, do you have anything that will help with that?
Good Lord. I've really worked hard at healing my gut.
Did we come out with the video on that?
The GERD protocol, I think we
The
did.
GERD protocol. Look for the GERD protocol
Yeah.
on YouTube. I tried DGL Synergy from Designs for Health. That stuff is freaking amazing. Like a lot of the products they have. Or any DGL, but that's the best one. I've got like 7 of them I tried. That's really good. Also, the Probiomed X or something. I can't remember the name of it, and they have this stuff called Gastromend that you take at night before bed. I literally healed my gut. I got off Protonics. Haven't used it now in 4 months. I avoid spicy foods. I try not to eat after 7. Just a lot of tricks. Even though I get home late, so I'm not crawling. I try not to eat that late.
Cool. Why don't
You can heal your gut. Why do you want to get off Protonics, Tagamet, Zantac, Pepcid, Nexium, Omeprazole? Why do you want to get off those?
Don't they cause something bad? A disease? Or
They cause something bad. Well, they'll help heal your esophagus and everything else, but last year they came out with those big studies on liver cancer. Lovely. They're now over the counter. You can buy at Walmart or anywhere, and yet they'll cause liver cancer. Are you kidding me? Plus, they block B vitamin absorption. So, like for MTHFR. So I keep getting patients in my office, and when I really dig in, they're like, why is the last 3 years, I'm 38, why is the last 3 years I've completely fallen apart? And me being, again, the medical history detective, I drill down in and find out they started Protonics or pantoprazole or omeprazole or something like that 3 years ago. And 3 months later, they started feeling like they were dying and hurting and fatigued and exhausted and everything else. Yeah, they got serious vitamin deficiencies quickly from those PPIs and H2 blockers. So
yeah. Why don't we start wrapping up? It's almost 8:30.
okay, so I'm gonna be in Orlando in May, God willing, and we're gonna do. I don't know if we'll see what fate brings us, but we're planning on doing a fibromyalgia crawl.
Just kidding. I just like calling it that.
It's on that Saturday. I think it's the 16th. 17th. And we're meeting at noon.
1.
At 1. It's noon Mississippi time. Okay, never mind.
I don't think that's right.
It's noon somewhere.
Midwestern time.
Meeting at Epcot at what's that place called? The Land Pavilion. In there by Soren. And then we'll talk and kind of goof around and chit chat and march around, and we're not rioting or anything. And then,
Rioting?
yeah.
What are you gonna riot in Disney? That doesn't seem on brand for you.
They'll take us down fast, so we won't be doing that. We want to improve cupcakes. Okay, no, easy. So
You want a no-calorie cupcake?
a no-calorie giant Disney cupcake. We're going to talk about that in 2 weeks, by the way. When I'm at Disneyland. So we'll be at Disneyland in 2 weeks. So I'll be in your area if you're around. I know you guys surprised me. You're waiting for me places in the park, and you spot me coming out of a bathroom and then chase me down. I have
You
to
love
run really
it.
fast.
You love it.
scares me.
You walk around with a big sign, I'm Dan Purser.
No, I have a hat. So notice my hat, just my hat I wore.
Someone commented, they said they love that you always wear your hat.
I don't always wear it, but I wear it sometimes.
Well, you wear a ball cap at least.
Yeah,
A lot of
occasionally.
times.
So, yeah, because it's Sunday night now, and I don't work all Sundays, so I work occasionally. But okay, so anything else I need to talk about? Remember, buy one get one free. Copper Balance.
BOGO 2020.
And there's all kinds of sales. Email info@danpursermd.com. Ask for Brecken, and she can guide you if you misunderstood one of the sales. And I love all of you. And keep dealing with your fibromyalgia. Keep cranking it up. Follow that diet. It's critical. And protect yourself. Bump up your Super C, your vitamin C. Bump up your glutathione usage. Wash your hands. Do everything you can. And get ready. And I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be. I think it's going to be pretty nominal, actually. And just know I love you. God bless. And go in good health.